Alright, well, last Saturday we finished War. We did the last of the War series, so this time we're back to normal alphabet stringing, more or less. No more of that by Kime 100 or whatever the number was. I already forgot. No more of by Kime 100, hold originally authored by Kime, hold originally authored by Kime, hold originally authored by Kime 100. No more of that. Today, our first outing will be Way Forward by Roger. The way forward is never simple, or is it? A tower showcasing the work of 7 architects. Looks like Beethro's got a hard time ahead of him. So I guess this is an early collaborative hold? I guess early might be a wrong word for it, but yeah. Agaricus 5, Calamare, Chaco, Discorin, Jacob, Blue Boy, Boy Blue, and Jut. I recognize 5 of these names, so that'll be interesting. Is any of those 7 people Roger, or was Roger just the organizer? Oh well. Anyway. Surface. Beethro had a headache. He had been wandering the underground empire for what felt like ages now, and everywhere he turned he ran into devilishly complicated mechanisms, incomprehensibly scripted encounters with the local denizens, and masses of Empire-employed builders. He had yet to find out how those builders worked. Okay. During his travels, he had heard rumors of a research facility dating from a less complex era, built for the common use of several of the Empire's more notorious architects. In particular, the rumors always mentioned a pooled hoard of treasure in the basement, a sort of slush fund for dungeons running over budget. Simple rooms, lots of treasure? This should be a breeze. Alright. Oh boy, a first place tie in a room that has nothing in it. Beethro entered the tower. A warning sign was affixed to the stairs. Floor built to grade 1 hazard standards. Use caution. Grade 1? Don't know what that is, but it can't be too bad. Lower is easier, right? Heating Channels by Jacob, which uses Inflames Rock, I guess. Yep. Workflow by Chaco. I guess I'll just start on the left. If Beethro hadn't already known he was entering the tower's heating system, the increased temperatures would have told him soon enough. With any luck, he would clear this and leave before his uniform soaked all the way through with sweat. Convenient laundry facilities were not among the Empire's many innovations. Where did I see the word happy? I have no idea. Anyway. So... What's the situation here? Oh, I need the speed potions, I guess. Okay. I was doing better before I knew what I was trying to do. Anyway. That almost works. Yeah, there we go. Except I'm not really sure how to reach the place. I'm kind of stuck back here, aren't I? So maybe I have to not go left, go west last? I'm not sure how to do that. This really is set up to make it completely impossible to go east, isn't it? There we go. Okay, that was certainly an introduction. What is this? Well, somehow I need to clear a path for the next decoy. Oh wait, no I don't. Whatever decoy I place will die. And also somehow not wake the eyes? That doesn't make any sense. Well, everything looks basically symmetrical, so I guess it doesn't really matter. That won't quite work. Yeah, that's worse than last time, kind of. I can't see any better way to start this than to do exactly that. And then after that, there's really no choice but to do this if I want to wake/kill as many eyes as possible. So that has to be the first two moves. After that, I can make every eye awake by doing this, but that doesn't kill them. And at this point, I can kill all but one eye by doing basically anything that I do here is going to kill all but one eye. So I guess that this must be wrong, but I don't know what else I can do here. I have exactly two places to put decoys in, and neither of them is really very useful. And I can do that, but that's even less useful than doing this. I think that's also less useful. I just basically have one less decoy than I need to actually beat this room. It feels to me like every move is completely forced, because I need to make the most optimal move at every step. So I'm forced to make a series of moves which leaves one eye alive. I mean, that can't be right, of course, but that's certainly what it feels like. Okay. Alright, that didn't feel as efficient as what I was doing before, but I guess it was more efficient, even though it didn't feel like it. Oh boy. It's a goblin that you have to keep alive for an eternity they have, somehow. Okay. It is not really brained, because it's behind a wall. So this is basically just, can you babysit a goblin for a little bit? And then, there we go. Not too bad in the end. What was that? Something activated anyway. So here's a force arrow and trapdoor. Alright, so this room seems to be 100% pick where you start your maze from, and then do a maze with Mimic. Since I have absolutely no idea what would be advantageous, I'm just going to pick randomly. Just off the cuff, my feeling is that this has maybe too many choices for where you start, and a little bit too incomprehensible of a you throw side for the maze. And the real problem is that not only do I have way too many choices to pick from, but also simultaneously the presence of those choices well, it has the effect of making it really tedious to restart the puzzle every time that I pick the wrong one. I guess really tedious is a bit extreme. It makes it kind of annoying, though. Alright, I guess that works. Huh. I'm gonna need some vision for this one. So you want... I've made puzzles kind of like this concept before. You kind of want to maximize the number of eyes you're waking up when you can. So it looks to me like we've got a really big amount of eyes facing this point. So if I do this, if I do this, that should kill a lot of eyes. There we go. Stop chasing me and chase the decoy. So it might be to my advantage to do the same thing again on the south side. I need to kill these eyes anyway, somehow. Well, I'm just gonna get rid of him for now. Alright, that takes all but 3 eyes, but I have only 2 decoys left and no way to wake both of them. So are there any other options that might have worked better? This is another case where everything feels very symmetrical, except it's not completely north-south symmetrical. These diagonal facing eyes in the center are weird. But if I want to get all of those side eyes, I pretty much need to do things this way. And then get rid of that guy because he's in the way. There's no way for me to kill more than 1 eye per decoy at this point. So I must have done something else wrong before then. But I'm basically making the most efficient choices available at every step. If a decoy could wake up eyes before dying on hot tile, which I would think it would be able to do, then this would be a much better position to choose. But it can't, so that's not useful at all. Yeah, this is substantially worse than before. I really don't think this is a good idea. How did that work? I have no idea why this worked when what I was doing before didn't, but okay. we need to put the Mimic in there. I don't know what's up with the brains that are on hot tiles to begin with. That's kind of strange. It would be really helpful if this Mimic wasn't completely synced with me vertically. Okay. And once you have that set up, the room is somewhat trivial. Okay. Here's yet another room there. So is that pre-placed in like the worst possible direction, no matter what? I guess it is. Okay. Maybe I'll be better off not starting from the south, from the north. I don't think it matters. Because the problem is, no matter what entrance I take, I wind up way, way too far to the north of the Mimic. So that all of the mud babies that are chasing me are going to be going north of the Mimic where it can't touch them. Okay, that's a start. Okay then. Hooray. What is this? Remote goblin manipulation? How? Why? What? So, as a reminder, if I place a decoy and it instantly dies, then it can't attract anything at all, ever? So there is literally no way for this decoy potion to be relevant, except for possibly creating a bunch of mud babies, which seems like the exact opposite of what I want to happen, because I need a monster to go push that button and die on the hot tile, and only Goblin can do that. Maybe it's some nonsense like this. Yeah, okay, I guess that's it. Kind of dumb, but sure. Worth mentioning, this actually depends on move order in a really dumb way, because which corner of the mud you stab actually determines whether or not that works, which feels like something really cheap for anyone who doesn't know move order that well enough to try something like that. I'm betting that I need that guy, but I want to look in and see what all of this even is. Okay. How can the mud baby even help here? Even if it's even possible, which I don't think it really is, to get it to follow me in. I need a 2x2 obstacle to change places with anything that moves like a brained roach. I need at least a 2x2 obstacle. And there are none here. And I guess this is supposed to somehow help, but it is objectively insufficient, so it doesn't. Okay. Now somehow I need to get that guy. Yeah. Or do I? Hold on. Do I even need that guy? Well, for one thing, I need to be facing the right direction. So I thought I needed to push the Mimic off of that mud baby somehow. But this seems to be the only way to get the Mimic into the room. And if I do that, then he's already desynced with me, which is what I would want the baby for in the first place. And maybe I should not face straight forward. I don't see how this is ever supposed to help. I need the Mimic to be behind me in some direction, but I don't seem to have any choice but to put him in front of me. And once he's in front of me, the baby cannot help me put him behind me at all. I guess this might work, maybe. Except now I have no way to kill him. Him being the blood baby. Or I do... Actually, why did I push the button when I needed to not push the button? I have no explanation for that. So now what I have to do is place the mimic somewhere so that I can be all the way out of the room when he pushes the button, but also have him kill the mud baby before we do any of that. I guess this works. This just feels slightly awkward. Okay. Well, that wasn't too bad overall. Vithro is glad to return to the cooler air of the central hub. Okay. So that was Jacob's level. Here's Chaco's level. Workflow Direction Center. What does that even mean, he wondered. Maybe it had something to do with all the shifting paths for the monsters to follow. Shifting paths, huh? Looks like we have a level exit puzzle here. What? So yeah, this guy isn't brained. I guess that's what we do. And there's exactly enough time to do that. Alright then. Really long fuse, which is attached to nothing? What's that about? Well, I can't do anything with it here anyway. Okay. This is all very weird. So, first of all, I have to put the mimic here, because at some point I have to break the black gate. I also need to do this, but I need to do that probably with the mimic, because otherwise I will die. Because of the cramped space. This needs to happen at some point, and I can't see any reason whatsoever to delay doing it. The placement of everything up in this direction looks like I need to do something like this. And then the last of the roaches can die just to me and the mimic going into the area like this. And he stays behind the blue door. Okay then. Kind of an interesting thing. What is this? Okay, I think I'm supposed to be building a bridge for the roach, except I don't know what all this is. What is this? Okay, well I need to push that to open the way to the conquer token. There is a secret wall here for some reason. I don't know why. That looks a lot like Pit, like it's a force arrow over Pit, but it's not. So I guess that might be a secret access which you need to just keep the roach alive to use. Like keep the roach alive so that he'll stand on that pressure plate. I don't know why this is like it is. Like I don't really quite yet know what the deal or the situation is with all these platforms that requires them to be kind of carefully managed somehow. They're all weirdly shaped with lots of horizontal room and very little vertical room. So I presume I just need to mostly stack them up so that the roach can use all of the vertical space that they offer. Yeah, that just about works. Okay. I mean, he's brain, so he won't have any trouble finding his way here. So for secret access, I just need to unbrain the roach and put him there. And I guess I'll have to resolve the room later because of that. Oh, okay. So this time it's harder, I guess? What is this? The lighting in the room makes it very hard to tell what anything actually does. So I think that's red, but I can't tell. Because everything's red. Okay, so that closes that. Alright. So at this point, the goal is to give the roach the shortest path you can give him. Because anything else is going to have the door close in his face. Also, said shortest path is not allowed to use that one particular tile right there because of reasons. My first inclination is to put all of these short L shapes down on the south end, and bring most or all of the long ones to the north. Because I think that would resolve any problems that the locking door will cause. Possibly not all of the long ones will fit down here, but I'm going to try it anyway. Because it looks to me like maybe they should all be able to fit fine. Maybe the longest of them should stay. I can just have the roach go up with all of the ones that I have down there so far. Yeah, the more diagonally he moves, the better. Because you kind of just want him to make a straight diagonal line from his start point to the end point. I feel like this is the real version of that puzzle, and the other one was kind of a weirdly crippled one, in some sense. Maybe because someone in testing really did not like platform shuffling, which I'm generally okay with, personally. I mean, I don't absolutely love platform shuffling, but I have a pretty high tolerance for it, I guess you could say. This is going to be kind of a pain. Let's see. Do something like that. Shift these over out of the way. Use this smaller platform to pull that one south. Yeah, so if I put the Tetris L between them, then this should be perfectly placed, vertically speaking at least. There's our straight line, and then the straight line needs to continue, so I kind of need to shuffle these a little bit. Can this move anywhere? I guess it doesn't really need to, because it can work like that. Alright, well that's as close to a straight diagonal line as I can get. And that's fine, because the roach is moving east every tile this way. Easy. Now to go do the even easier version again, because I don't get credit for the easy version when I do the hard version. That seems like a bit of an oversight. This is the kind of thing where if I built something like this, I would be inclined to set up something that some scripting that gave the player credit but no score for finishing this room if he did that room. Because you did this room already to even reach that room, and now you're doing it again after doing the hard version, and it's like, what's the point? What's the point of doing the same room 3 times when you just need to do it once? So out of spite, I'm going to make a really inefficient path for the roach this time, where he has to go back and forth a bunch. Or more out of just not caring at this point. Hooray! Okay, this is a thing. So at each intersection I'm giving each roach some path. And I suppose that I need them to go onto the 3 buttons. So I guess I'll force this guy to go way to the south. The next guy I want to go down the middle here. well, south middle. Oh, there's only 2 platforms at the end. That's weird. Well, I guess I'll converge these 2 and then let the other guy go wherever he wants. Not wherever he wants exactly, but let the other guy come in from way north anyway. Let's see what happens. Well, first of all, I didn't place this one correctly. It's supposed to be here. Or no, okay, it has to be here somewhere. So I guess I need to do something else. Yeah, because of the structure of everything, I have no choice but to put this guy way to the north, which is probably fine. Oh, they're not brained. Why did I think these guys were brained? Can anyone explain to me why I thought that? I guess because the last room is brained? Okay, that changes what I need to do with it. Somewhat, at least. So now I need to worry about this guy getting stuck down here, mostly. Let's just see. So that being the case, I've actually... Yeah, I'm not sure how to deal with the northmost roach in that case. I mean, I kind of need him to go over here somewhere, but I can't. I guess I can do this. Alright, so with them not brained, this is less a problem of how do I get them to go to the right place, and more just a problem of how do I prevent them from being stuck, which I think this configuration will do. Nobody gets stuck this way. And it doesn't matter that 2 of them follow the exact same path, basically, because I don't care. They're not brained, they're not going to do anything annoying. Here's the same room again, but different, I guess. And not a secret this time, somehow. Oh, this one they are brained. Okay. And I know it's probably not the identical paths, probably. Yeah, the paths are different. Alright, so this time they're brained, which is what I thought was the situation last time. But I guess it still doesn't matter whether... It still doesn't matter, like there's no need to try to be obsessive about getting them all to the same place. It looks like what's needed here is to have 1 or 2 of them go back and forth in order to reach the correct path. Do I need this platform? Let me see. This roach goes here. Oh, no, okay. He goes here and there. Okay. Here's where I need this platform. I need it just there. That should work. They should all just kill themselves without me needing to do any real work. Oh, actually, I can hit the conquer token right away, right? Well, not... Oh, okay, not quite. We need them to be brained up to a certain point. Ta-da! Alright. So, what do we have here? This looks a bit convoluted, doesn't it? I guess I need to do that for some reason. My assumption right now is that for some reason I need the roaches to be put into this box, and I close the door on them, or I leave the door open, and I lead them back over toward that platform or somewhere else. I don't know why I need to do that. I'm just assuming that I do for some reason. Does anything else open this box? Oh look, something does. That probably means that I need it. I started to say means that I mean it. Alright. So, I guess their purpose is to hold down this button for some reason. And from there I can reach the Conquer token and kill that guy. Alright, that's what we call working forward, I guess. I just sort of read the design of the room as telling me to do something without really knowing why I needed to do it. So I did that thing and it worked. What is this about? I don't see where I start this room. And obviously I need to go in here to do anything. But I can't press this because it'll close that? Or no, it didn't close that. What was I... I thought I saw... Oh, no, I can't press this because if I press this, I'm going through here, I'm going to hit this and close that. I can't close that first because I need to go do something else first. Oh, no, wait, there is something here. Okay, so I think the idea here is to set up something that the roach will sit inside of. While I go all the way around. Yeah, that might work, I don't know. And then, before we go into the tunnel, we need to lure the roach into that area. That might help. That might... No, that probably makes things worse. Alright, just, yeah. Get as much distance as possible. And it's not enough. Maybe I need to make a cut on the outer part here. That might help some, maybe. I'm not sure exactly how I expect that to help, but I'm hoping that it somehow will. Nope, this is even worse. Maybe that would be better. Or the mirror of that. The main problem here is that I kind of lack any of the tools that would be necessary to actually put the roach in there, namely a sword or a stick. I know sticks weren't invented at this time, but... I need to be 2 tiles away from him for that to work. There we go, that might be okay. Yeah? Maybe. I don't know about this part. I don't see how I could make this part viable. No matter what configuration I make. Because it's not like I can ever completely trap the roach inside. I don't think that's better, but I don't really know what options I have to try to improve it. Yeah, there's still absolutely no way I can get by on the west like this. Like, why is the... There's no way you can make a full circle around the roach, no matter what configuration of tar you put there. Because you cannot block off the roach from all sides. Like, you literally have to cut one side to even get in and start filling a box. So the box is always going to have an opening. Like, there's no way to make this into a box that doesn't have a huge opening on at least one side. Can't even make a hook-like structure because there's just not enough tar. Or I guess a more hook-like structure than I already did. Not possible. Not enough tar. This is basically a situation where you either know exactly what configuration the architect used or you don't, and you can't solve it if you don't. This is not going to work. Yeah, I don't think this one is doable unless you just know exactly what the person wanted. Oh yeah, I haven't tried that room, have I? This is a thing. What is up with this thing? What does that thing do? Okay. So I guess my goal here is not actually just to survive, but to stall somehow? Okay. There's not really anywhere that I can just dance around the roach indefinitely because there's no really good obstacles for that. This feels not too dissimilar from leading Half around on hot tiles, trying not to let him stand still. There is not enough room. I think that's about as much as I can see how to delay. I should probably move on to another hold anyway. Although it would be nice to see something from each of the architects, this is built in a sufficiently linear way that I can't do that without finishing most of the hold. I've looked at this for an hour at this point, which is a test, which, you know, not realizing that for a while is a testament to that these puzzles are all pretty good, actually. But I should move on. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay. The next one in alphabetical order is the hold I just built. I just got published very recently. I don't feel like doing too much of this, since of course it's my own thing I just got finished putting together. This is yet another custom element right here that I built for Beathrow's Awakening, and then wound up exporting elsewhere. I'm really honestly kind of proud of the special effect of using the orb lightning to show the path between the player and the object that you're switching places with. I don't even think that Discordant's hookshot does anything like that. Or maybe it does and that's where I got the idea. I don't know. And then there's Magic Wand, which is literally just a stick that gives you the shallow water waiting property as opposed to the hiding property, and also when you push special command it makes a keg explode. Ah, neat. I'm glad you liked it. So I just sort of accepted. The thing about Magic Wand as an item / weapon is that I just sort of arbitrarily said, okay, let's make an explosion by spawning a powder keg and having a tactile explode in that spot. And then I just sort of accepted every side effect that I found as intentional behavior. So there's the side effect that because it produces a keg, it creates stepping stone in shallow water. So I just said, whatever, it's a magic wand, that's what it does. And then a while later, I found a couple of other side effects. That is that it still kills things that are directly in front of it. even if they're over pits or water, like this Wraithwing right here, and then causes a powder keg to fall into the pit, because that's what it is. And then this is particularly interesting because a recent update to the current alpha build of Draadd changed the behavior of a tactile explosion. Whereas a tactile explosion used to cut fuses, it actually lights fuses now. So I had to go back and change the scripting to bring back in something that was originally an unintended consequence, because I had accepted it as behavior for the magic wand and already built a puzzle around it here, as you can see. I wonder what challenge you're stuck on. Here's Destroy All Crumbly Walls, which is literally just a joke. It's a joke, but I did build a few of what I could actually call puzzles here. And I guess it technically counts as a custom element, even though there are no elements visibly different. Token Trouble, I guess, winds up being the odd one out because it has no particular scripting. It's just themed on the idea of tokens being annoying to the player. This room, if you step on a Conquer token, the introductory room makes Conquer tokens inconvenient. Any of them that you step on before killing the brain traps you in the room. Here's an idea of using time clones to juggle weapons, which I think doesn't quite do what I wanted it to do, but still kind of interesting. This room is completely broken, but in a way that uses the token. You're supposed to be using You're supposed to be using the time clone's help to kill all these roaches, but while standing in place, but you can just do that instead. Like, it's kind of an obvious break in hindsight, honestly, but oh well. These challenges are really kind of not that hard, admittedly. I liked this room even over some objections I just did. This is simple, just I felt like I had to use a room with the arrow tokens. I saw a demo which, if someone had pointed out the relevant leak to said demo, I certainly would have wanted to patch it. Guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to protect against people just putting a clone over here and killing the eye. And I could have maybe fixed that by either making this area not a place where you could put anything, like by arrows, or by just putting a monster or something in the powder keg room over here. Yeah. I would fix that leak if it were still in progress, but no one pointed it out to me, so it's just left in. Although it would be nice to see some demos that don't do that. I don't think I ever really saw this weird interaction chain before I made these two rooms, which is logical but still kind of weird. If Beathrow oh, that's good. If Beathrow and a Mimic step on tokens at the same time, or if Beathrow and multiple Mimics step on tokens like these at the same time, then they get activated in basically movement order. So the end result here is that first the Mimic stabs the tar, then everything turns to gel because of the token Beathrow steps on. Or I don't know, something like that. Just this way you get tar and gel. In this room it's even more of a thing because you get an order of first Beathrow changes that to gel and then the Mimic changes that gel to tar. So it's kind of all three at once in a way. I don't know. I think that's all of this level. Did I forget a level? I haven't looked at just passing through, which is another technically custom element, but all it really is a modification to the Conquer token that makes that sound when you step on it and just annihilates every monster type entity in the room, including Slayers and Gentrii and everything else. And there's a nice... This is like mostly a joke again. Kind of like Destroy All Crumbling Walls, except that after the jokes I also build puzzles. One thing to mention is that the room 3 North is actually the first one that I built in this level. Like, as I was messing with the idea, the first thing I built was this weird room where you need to not kill, where you need to kind of create your own horde, was the idea, because you have to release the queens and put them on the buttons in order to be able to reach the token. However, it's kind of intentionally not that hard to use just 1 or 2 queens for the whole room by having them spawn roaches in some clever ways. So you don't really have to make a big horde to win, and probably it's not optimal to do so. And once I had something that could just kill all the monsters, of course I made a room with just a pile of snakes in it. And a room with just a pile of slayers in it. And a room where you need to not step on the token too early because it will trap you. I think there's more than one room like that. Anyway, I think that's it. That's really about all I have to say about this. I hope people enjoy it. My favorite rooms from the entire hold probably are the rooms in Magic Wand that where you need to build yourself you need to, in one room, build the wall for some water skippers to maze through, and then in the other room build the floor for some roaches to maze along. Brained roaches and water skippers, because I really like things where you kind of set it up and then make it go, and maybe interfere with it midstream. That's kind of one of my favorite sorts of puzzles. Anyway, we're having a little bit of an issue. I think that's enough for now. Another of my holds is here. I don't feel like doing too much of that one. Oops. I pushed the wrong button, and now CaravelNet's trying to load. I thought I had fixed all the silly breaks for the water skipper room, more or less, but maybe not. Or maybe I can't remember if you actually were among the testers that I saw it and fixed it. Anyway, these also came from Beethr's Awakening originally, because they are completely based on essentially a puzzle element from the Zelda series, from the Oracle games. Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons use these a bit. In those games, these are actually persistent. When you leave the room and come back, they stay facing the same way, so they operate as more kind of navigational... They operate as another layer of navigational puzzle for the overarching level, as opposed to being something for the room. I actually made a persistent version of them also, which does that. I don't feel like going too much of this hold either, because quite a lot of it is very linear in design. I do think that their interaction with time clones is kind of silly in a way. Anyway. Okay. Well, I wonder what the break is, but I can't help it. Because I did fix one break someone's demo actually showed me. But I guess I could look. By the way, I have something in works. I always do, I guess. Let's see. So someone had found a break where you could just kill the brain right away. I think I fixed that. Not connected to CaravelNet. Well, I guess I'll have to look later. Probably the net is having a problem of some sort. Whatever. It's trying really hard. Oh. Alright, let's go back to something Yeah, so the thing with that thing that I briefly had open in the build screen is it's inspired by a Sonic game that I saw Raocow playing, an obscure, I think, phone game of Sonic the Hedgehog, in which he does not spin dash or, really strictly speaking, jump or run. It's very strange. Anyway. So, the next is Whispering Walls by T. Scott. Nice kitchen, modern appliances, moving walls. That sounds like a quote from something, but I don't know from what. I mean, it sounds like something that would be a quote from something. I think this is the place, said Dethro. I can hear something whispering in the walls. The door slammed shut behind him. Yep, this is definitely the place. Oh, this definitely is the place. Yes, it's a clear case of seep infestation. I've got to find my way around first, but first... He said something about getting past a very smart gatekeeper, although if all he does is guard a gate, I don't think he can be that smart. Okay then. So wait, is this room required? No? Great. Uh-oh, I think the gatekeeper saw me. I think this is what I want to happen right here. Yeah, maybe? Well, no, I need him to come off of the, So I need to actually kill him when he's not on the... So maybe this is what I want? Is there... No, that won't work. I need to have a path through there. So what is my goal with this guy? Well, it looks like the kind of optimal place for him to sit is right there. So maybe I can make him do that, although I kind of doubt it. Do I need to do that first and then deal with the seep? Because I think I can. Maybe. No. I have only one way in there. This is all very strangely constructed. So I have to do this. And I have to kill him up there. Because if I cycle around, I'm not going to have a path to him. So how can I do this? So he has to move one step west. What is with this area? I guess I need to do things that way to solve that. Yeah, I don't see how I could ever pin him in a useful location. This is certainly an opening. It's a heck of a starting room for this level. Hold in general. I mean, I don't see what I can actually do with this guy, because there is no way to keep him anywhere useful. Like, this won't work. There's no way I can guide him to anywhere that's not a pain for him to be in. There's kind of suspiciously 2 trapdoors here, which makes me wonder if I'm supposed to somehow do something from way down here. But I don't really see that I have any options down here either. Well, maybe the idea is to guide him all the way east and then all the way west and then back to the east somehow. No, that won't work. I don't see how it's ever possible to leave this guy anywhere that I could kill him on, and also break the trapdoor door, the red gate. Like, no matter where I let him go, he's gonna be in the way. Also, great checkpoint placement in this fully published hole, I feel I should mention. Like, it's impossible. You cannot have him stay there. There is no way for him to stay on that tile, that one tile that he needs to be on, and there is no way to lead him back to that tile once he leaves it. There are just no options here. So as far as I'm concerned, this tile is completely unusable. There's no way that I'm ever getting him there. So I have to find some way to kill him on one of the 4 tiles over to the west. And my best guess would be to, like, I don't know, get him here with me to his west so I can, like, walk in and stab him and come back or something? I don't know. I guess if I could pull him all the way down and then back up along here. No. So I have a path up to this and back down again, but I can't use it unless... Like, I can't use that to kill him unless I already got rid of these 2, but I can't do that because if I killed him then he's blocking off the way because this is entirely too narrow. So none of the dirt floor that is anywhere in this entire trapdoor puzzle area is viable for killing the rock golem. The most promising is the east one, but there's no way to use it because he will always be way past it before I can reach him, and there's no way to turn him around to get him back to the east. I have nowhere that I can go that would make him stay there. So I have no idea how to get past this room and might just be stuck with it. Like, I may not be able to do any more of this hole because this room is just impossible. I don't know why you would choose to put a room this hard as a gatekeeper to continue the hold and look at any of the rest of it. That just doesn't seem like good design, but whatever. It's really not. I just explained why it looks impossible. Anyway. All of them. Too many. Well, I can't not be there while killing the Seep, because I have to kill all the Seep. Well, there's no other way to kill the Seep other than to do exactly that, so I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I have to do this, and by the time I do this, the Seep is stuck there, so I have to bring him south and kill him here. I have no other options. So I don't know what you're trying to say. I still don't think this really helps, though, because he's still going to be in the wrong tile by the time I get there. There we go. I still disagree that that's easy. That was not easy, that was hard. He passed the gatekeeper kill. The execution was easy maybe, but that's how puzzle rooms are. This is just a little bit obnoxious. I guess Seep go eat in this can. Busy work followed by holding plus. Oh boy. Okay, does the mud matter in this room? Let's see. I don't think the mud matters. I think it's okay to kill a mother right away. I can't see any reason not to. It doesn't look like I need to interact with this upper area here either, first of all. So I guess my first step should be to kill the Mud Mother and immediately run this way. So this is some kind of weird efficiency thing, I guess. Because I need to reach the mud and then the tar as quickly as possible. That is as fast as I can do that. What the heck? I guess if I were to let the mud grow one time, then it would prevent the tar from doing that. But that doesn't really matter because I still have to get to the tar in 2 cycles to prevent it from clogging the north end. I don't know, maybe that's the idea, is that I have to leave the mud alive because of that. At least there's no black gates in this room. That would be a bit of a pain. Okay. So I guess all of that was a setup for a mud horde of sorts. First get rid of the mother, then everything else, I guess. Oh. There's some stupid timer nonsense with that too, I guess. Yeah, I can't really make it in time, so that won't work. I don't see how I can be more efficient than this. But evidently this still isn't enough. What the heck? that's the idea. It doesn't work though. The only way out of this box is by dropping all the trapdoors. Maybe the idea is to keep the corners clear by spawning a bunch of mud babies in the way. It seems dumb, but I guess if it works, it works. I'm not especially fond of here's a giant mud mother you need to reach the center of. Let's just go ahead and kill the seeps, I guess. No, that's a bad idea. I mean, I'm gonna have to walk all the way back in just to kill that central mud baby regardless, so what's the point? I don't need this south entrance because I have access to the west one. Mud is such a pain once the mother gets stuck in like that. Alright. Efficiency, followed by anti-efficiency, followed by slogging into a mud mother to kill the eyes. For a challenge, kill the seeps before either mother. Right then. What is the deal here? It doesn't seem like there's much to this one. Yeah, that's not that hard. I'm left feeling like I missed out on whatever was intended to be the puzzle of this room just by sort of doing whatever came to my mind. But I don't really see what else other way I could do that, so I don't know. Like fundamentally how that could be too much different. Yeah, I don't have too much control over the situation here. I'm sure that's not the best. Maybe it is, though? This just doesn't seem like it's going to work. Start over. I don't really know how to do better than that, though. works. No, look, it's just a giant crowd of seeps. And I guess they're brained? Sure, why not? Somewhat lazy room, seems like. After that tough garbage disposal run with the rock golems. I think I'll have to come around to the north to kill that group. They have an exposed corner on the north, which they don't have on the south. I don't know, I called this lazy, but that's not really fair. I mean, there is some thought required for this room. Like, look here, there's no exposed corner at all, and you need to kind of lure them around using their weird brain behavior. Same way with this one. Just separate them with the brain help. They would have been impossible to survive without the brain's help, ironically. This room, however, just seems to be nothing. Like, whoa, I put seep and some spiders in the room and that's it. Bye. I'm not even bothering to use vision, to use F3, future technology, because it feels completely unnecessary. See? I didn't need to know where the spiders were to deal with them. What is the deal here? I guess my goal is to reach that mud mother and to not get completely overwhelmed by her spawns. You know what? The way these seep are placed on cracked walls basically makes them identical to immobile beached water skippers. Like if you replaced all of the seep in this room with their cracked walls with beached water skippers, the exact same thing would be there. Now granted, with pushing weapons they are different, they would be distinct things, because you could push the seep off of the wall, whereas the water skipper would just be pushed around. But I think in terms of the available elements at this time, which I think this was TCB, maybe this is Rooted Hole, in which case there are no water skippers in Rooted Hole, but there are seep, I think. Whatever, anyway. I just kind of find it mildly interesting to observe a situation where two elements would be completely equivalent to each other. Here's another we just put seep in the room. Yeah, like, there's a weird mixture here of rooms that are just kind of nothing, and rooms that are sort of interesting, and then rooms that are actually kind of good. I don't know what to make of a mixture like that. Yeah, these guys by the tunnel require a little bit of thought, but the right strategy is just to warp back and forth until they're all gone. It's kind of hard to make a hold based on seep even today, but I guess we probably have more tools for interesting seep interactions now than we did when this was built. So like when you say, I'm going to build a room with a lot of seep in it, back then that just meant you're going to build kind of a seep horde event of some sort like this. I didn't need to work hard for that. Let's just do this. There we go. What does that explode? That explodes this. So this is a timed seep horde, I guess. After a brief reminder that... Does this not open those doors? Okay. I was gonna say after a brief reminder that opening doors kills seep, but I guess that's not what they were going for with this one. Weird. Alright. There you go. How is this survivable? Did I mess up somewhere? I don't really know what I could have done differently. I guess I need to gather them to the, Yeah, I need to gather these guys into the eastern squares completely in order to survive. Maybe one would be survivable, but I'm not... Yeah, that's maybe fine, probably. Now to redo what I did before, oh boy. Except somehow I messed up. Okay. I don't know how I managed to mess that up, but sure. How did I not do this right this time? I did it perfectly fine before. I have no idea what I'm really doing differently. Okay, and that time I guess it was fine. I don't know what the difference was between that and what I did the other times, but sure. Okay, what's the deal here? This is a really weird thing to have to do on a timer. I mean, there's already enough of a restriction because of the trapdoors, isn't there? What is the point of also having a timer lumped on top of that? Actually, do I even need to engage with this? Can't I just run to the arrow and then kill them from there? Like, for the most part, I have to take 2 turns to kill every Seep because I don't have enough maneuverability because of the trapdoors. There is just not enough time. Like, there's no way to be efficient here because anything that you would want to do to be efficient uses up trapdoors and makes it impossible to proceed. Or, like, traps you in a way that you can't move anywhere because now the Seep has surrounded you and you just die. Like, really? All I want to do is run over to where the arrow is, because if I could reach that, then I don't have to worry about this stupid timer at all. Maybe the idea is to lure them to the east and then run west? I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, there we go. I think I'm out of range of the bombs now, maybe? Probably not. And of course, some of the seep just gets stuck anyway, so it's pointless. It didn't help that the sun was in my eyes, so I literally couldn't see the certain part of the screen. Okay, well, I did something that felt like a part of what might be the intended strategy for a minute there, which was kind of lure them up and then do something like this, kind of. It doesn't work for very long, but... This just feels too chaotic to be efficient at. I think that's the problem here. Like, there's no way to have enough control over the situation to actually achieve the efficiency that this stupid timer demands. Remove any part of this and it would be a better room. Like, maybe not have this as the end of an already kind of long room. Maybe not have a timer. Maybe not have trapdoors. This would be fine. But no, it has to have every single thing that it can possibly have, because that's the design paradigm of the day. I mean, I spend so much time just trying to get them in a position where I can kill them somewhat efficiently, that by the time I'm trying to actually do the killing, it's already too late. Wait, I thought that place was... Oh no, okay. Once you escape the trapdoors, you're good. Okay, that was really irritating. All those seeps I saw in the entrance are just south of me now. Should I get them now or later? Well, I'm pretty sure you have to do... Like, it's an optional room as far as the level goes, so... Oh, wait. What's going on with that? I guess I probably need to gather everyone into these pipelines before I do that. But I can't move too far west because then this will happen, and I won't be able to kill anything from that trapdoor. So I guess I need to go up north and then kind of pull them along in a very specific way. This is all very weirdly constructed. Just a little bit. So yeah, this is okay, except I can't leave it like this, precisely because that leaves me with an area that I can't kill. So now I have to go back and lure things back to the north enough to make that doable, which will probably land me back where I started. What is up with this? Maybe I just need to start from the west to begin with, since that's just an easy straight line. Just pack each of these as much as I can. Alright, as soon as everybody is on there, we're good. Yeah, I can make this work, maybe. But first, I need to... No, yeah, I don't think I can make that work. So, I shouldn't fill this one, I guess. Like, at all, if I can help it. Still missed some. This is sort of interesting, but it gets very tedious very quickly, just trying to fuss with each individual pathway to make sure that it all works. Like, the setup part is interesting, but I really kind of wish that the rest of it could be a little more automatic. Also, I guess I messed up way back when I allowed there to be more than 3 in that area somehow. There, is that good enough for you? I have to go all the way around the north because of these stupid 3. Okay then. Hooray. And everybody dies because of exit level. Glad I solved every room before this. Much easier this way. Says, I guess this has a 0 demo, so it's considered trivial by the score counter, which means no one has ever uploaded to the scores the thing that actually deals with those manually. I thought this was a 1-level hold. It sure felt like it was designed to be one, but it's not. So now there's a hive. Descending into the darkness of the next level, Beethro heard the whispering sound even louder than before. Whispering, more like wailing walls now. They don't seem too happy that I'm coming down. Oh boy. This looks like an event. Way to start me facing like the worst possible direction, by the way. I don't think those bombs matter. Maybe they do. You have to be in a specific position by the time the bomb explodes just to kill those seed. So I'm supposed to make some kind of mad dash south and then east and then north and then west. I don't wanna. Okay, well, what is the next hold in the list, I wonder? You'd think that a name like Whispering in the Walls would be the title of something a lot more atmospheric and less kind of standard feeling in a kind of flavor way. I don't know. Widget Factory is the next one. Maybe I'll try this one unless someone tells me that it's going to be too much. By 12th Archivist, Arbitro Half and some others up for a bit of work. Some other what's? Partner. The rule says that one and only one Smite Master can. The rule that says that one and only one Smite Master can be in a dungeon at a time is a very old one, dating back to the days when Smite Masters were a more aggressive lot. In modern times, the rule is only observed by employers who wish to avoid paying multiple Smite Masters for a single job. Job offers becoming more lax on these rules is a very good thing, since many dungeon exterminators would otherwise get stuck trying to complete a puzzle that required more than one person. 45th Describer of Things. Does that sound like a legitimate name or empire name or not? Anyway, Half, this is the 5th time your mother's asked you to do your chores. You'd better do them well, since she dragged me into this too. Chores, huh? Okay. Thanks to Larry Mark Chaco, Jatopian, and the HA crew for testing the hold. Oh, I forgot to put a thanks in What the Hey. Whoa, what are those things? Don't be scared of others, they won't hurt you.
Oh, really? Not possible.
Yeah, I probably need help at this point, don't I?
Got it.
Okay, I'm probably supposed to solve a puzzle that brings Half to me first.
Got it. Oh, going. Oh, going. Got it.
Come on.
Okay. Got it.
I think that's actually worse.
Hey, I died.
I wanna... If a certain recent feature request I posted ever gets done, I want to create a player role whose death sounds include saying, "Hey, I died." Like that character's death sound includes that.
Got it. Got it.
All the way around the weapons. I guess I could have hit one of those buttons myself, but I was feeling lazy. Also, how are these house chores?
Okay.
How is any of this house chores? How does any of this represent house chores? Like, what? What is my goal here? Buttons will open the way to get to the Conquer token, I guess. Except they'll also close the way? What? I'm very lost as to what this is all about. Okay, so I need Half to go to the south button. So I need to block off the other buttons mostly. Not entirely necessarily, but like partially at least. I mean, ideally I just completely block them, but we'll see.
Follow me.
Yep.
Straight
Yeah, sure.
Straight
Yeah,
Straight
yeah, sure.
Follow me.
Yep.
Straight
Yeah, sure.
Hmm. Maybe I could position myself better if I had him do the opening.
Door.
Got it.
Yeah, that might be the key. You will just start out the way east. I guess I can't completely block the east one because I need to exit that way. Although I suppose I could just leave east and come back and then exit west. I need to have one of the two wrong ways not completely blocked, but I suspect that won't be too hard to manage. Maybe?
Door.
Got it.
Anyway, I can definitely completely block the north.
Got it.
Half, I didn't need you to hit both of those buttons. I just needed you to hit one button. Can you not manage hitting one button without hitting another button, Half? Half. I can't quite put it there. Maybe if I had Half
Okay.
return to a very specific position, though, I could.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so now he'll run back to that position, which will block the rock golem after hitting the door. And I still can't kill the golem this way. Blarg. I'm overthinking this because I'm sure I'm not intended to completely block each path, but darn it, I want to completely block each path if I can.
Got it. Yeah, sure.
Try that one?
Got it.
I don't know how that will help, but maybe. Yeah, no, the problem is that he'll run southeast. I guess I could successfully block that using another one. Now I don't need Half to the other way.
Follow me.
Yep. No problem.
There we go. Now you cannot reach the North Orb. Hooray. This was probably a waste of time.
Going.
I don't know, that seems like a bad way to do this.
Going.
Let's put these guys more kind of up here, maybe.
Follow me.
Yep. No problem.
Follow me.
Yeah.
There, this is what I was trying to do.
Go.
Got it. Going.
Follow me.
Yeah. No problem.
Follow me.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Going. Got it.
Come on.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Going.
I don't know why I'm doing this in such a convoluted way. I don't know. Okay, maybe that's good enough. I really can't tell.
Follow me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna test the situation right now and see what he does.
Go.
Got it.
Okay, right now he runs for the west one. That's what I guessed might be the case, so I need to block the west one better.
Go.
Got it.
Maybe that's good enough? I don't know.
Follow me.
Yeah. No problem.
Go.
Got it.
Nope, he'll still go for the west.
Going.
Follow me.
Going.
Going.
Go.
Got it.
Maybe I can build on this weird structure I have here for no good reason.
Okay. Yeah.
Follow me.
Yeah. Got it.
Follow me.
Yeah. Hey, I died. Going.
There. Now you guys come one at a time where I have control over the situation to some extent. This probably isn't good enough. I'm gonna have to start all over again.
Got it.
Oh look, he's going east.
Got it.
What a surprise.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Hey.
Follow me.
Yeah. No problem. Going.
Now he's gonna go west. Okay, I need to start over. I don't know how the right way to do this is, but that wasn't it.
Going.
Maybe I shouldn't open this door yet.
Follow me.
Yep.
Let's open this door instead.
Door.
Got it.
Yeah, that might work a little better. Somehow I've got to put a guy here somewhere. Hmm. I guess that would work, probably.
Ow, that hurts. Okay. Yeah, sure. Going.
I can't get a guy in that position from here. Don't know that I can from anywhere.
Follow me.
Yep.
Follow me.
Yep.
Here.
Ow,
Here.
that hurts.
Follow me.
Yep. Yeah, sure.
Follow me.
Yep. Yeah, sure.
Follow me.
Yep.
Here.
No problem.
I don't really know of a better configuration than just a corridor like this to keep him from going east, west, or north. Like, this is guaranteed to keep him from going north, but I don't know about east or west. I think he still probably has a shorter path east here. And there's not really anything better I can think of that would work for this, aside from just completely blocking all three ways, which I both can't do and shouldn't do because then I wouldn't be able to leave the room.
Going.
Yeah, see, he's gonna be stupid and do it completely wrong because there's nothing I can do to prevent that. Not enough golems. This room has not enough golems.
Yeah.
Not enough movable walls, and I really wish they were mirrors instead of golems, which are a giant pain to put anywhere. Do I have to make you follow me onto this? Because that's going to be a bit painful. What even is this? So somehow something's supposed to stand there and then not go all the way in? And I have a mirror and a health, but that's not enough. I need 4 things to go in these arrows. Ugh. And this is not a passable room. You enter this room, you have to clear it to leave. This might be the end of the stream today. I don't know what I can do about this. Like, look how many...
Oh, he's there.
Follow me.
Hey, I died.
Of course you did.
Ow, that hurt.
Yeah, I don't know how this is supposed to work at all. How is this house chores? Well, anyway.
Dad.
Oh, there's other ways to go. Okay, let's just try other rooms that aren't that.
Dad.
What happens if I grab this potion? I get locked in? What is going on in this room? Okay, so rule the first, I'm not allowed to turn my sword, ever. Rule the second, I have to open this before dropping the trapdoor gate, but I have to drop the trapdoor gate because that lets you get here. I have to hit that to get that. What's with this adder? This just looks like such a convoluted mess. Well, I guess I need to bring Half into the little room with me, because I don't see what else I can do. So I guess he's just going to have to sit there. Shouldn't that not happen? Because this mimic has to go up here.
Going.
Oh, he pushes this button and lets me out. Okay. I guess that makes sense. And now there's a really irritating timer. Also, how... Oh, okay.
Here. Going. Got it.
So I immediately want him to do that. Ah, there's a trapdoor gate, so I have to kill all the trapdoors up there. And also, like, what is this room?
Dad.
There's like 3 different timers all simultaneously that if any one of them happens, then I completely can't even do anything about it and lose the room.
Follow me.
Yep.
One of them speeds itself up arbitrarily at one point for no really good reason.
Got it.
Like, what even any of this? So I have to figure out what the exact correct and perfect timing is to have him go hit the button so that this mimic can still kill the adder and so that I don't die to the briar. Health is in the way as I'm trying to do this stupid mimic trapdoor puzzle. There's too much briar.
Follow
The
me.
briar grows too fast.
Okay.
Go.
Got it.
So that timing was not perfect because now I'm waiting around for Half, and I'm just going to get killed. So you have to make a random guess as to when it's going to be the right time to tell him to go do that, and hope that your guess happens to be right, basically. Or meticulously count out all the turns that it takes to get to the point where you can... Okay, well that was too late. So I guess I should do it sooner. I don't know, maybe now? This is better, but I don't know if it's good enough. Oh wait, I need to go hit that trapdoor.
Ow, that hurts.
Are you kidding me? Why is everything tangled up into each other that don't need to be?
Here I am again. What did I miss?
What did I miss? Here I am again. What did I miss? What did I miss? Here I am again.
Football. Okay.
Follow me.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Why am I not allowed to turn my stupid sword? What possible purpose does that serve? Like,
Got it. Going.
I mean, like, I get it. That's because the mimic, but could you not have devised a way for the mimic portion of this puzzle to work that didn't make everything else a giant pain? I mean, in theory, I shouldn't be wasting my turns trying to turn my sword anyway, but, like, it would really help me move Half into a halfway useful position sometimes, is all I'm saying. And that's too late.
Got it. Got it.
Like, what I learned my very first time trying to do the room is that having him go right away is too soon, because then the briar below doubles its speed, because that's a necessary component of this puzzle. Why does the green door at least not kill the briar? Okay, I beat a room. Hooray.
Here I am again. Here I am again.
Follow me.
Yes.
What is this nonsense? This is toggled by that. These all toggle those. That opens those. Do I want those open? Probably. I need to open this and this first, though. Okay. Well, I guess I should have Alf stay in the entrance,
Here I am
and then just go open the way for both of these
Going.
roaches first.
Going. Going.
Oh no, okay. I'm not allowed to do it that way.
What did I miss?
First I have to let the stupid guard out. Which, okay, fine. I'm being much more sour about this than I really have any good reason to be.
Got it.
Like, I get it. The idea here is to have this guy kill each thing in turn, sure. And just vastly outpace Why does he start going west there? Weird. There we go. Kill the roach for me. Thank you.
Got
Goodbye.
it. Going across. Going.
I didn't want him to do that. Get out of the door, please. Thank you. Goodbye.
Going.
I don't understand how he makes the decision to whether he's going to go north or south there, or east or west before. It seems kind of weird. I just want him to be next to the roach so he'll stab it when he moves incidentally. Like that. There we go.
Got it.
Now I just need him to go stab that. To go stab that. So how am I supposed to eventually kill him if that door is governed by that? I guess once I have the full thing open, I can just have Half go stand on that tile.
Follow me.
Yep.
Just let this guy chase me around like an idiot. Kill the water skipper nest. Tell Half to sit on this button.
Right here.
Come on.
Then I can take my sword, and this idiot will get himself killed. Ooh. There we go.
Oh, hey, there you are.
I think I've hit a level of fatigue where I'm being more negative toward things than I really need to be. That room was fine. I don't know why I was being really angry about it. I think there are probably lots of good rooms in this hold, but oh, some of them are kind of hard. That's gonna be what I say for now. Thank you for watching. We're at almost 3 hours now, so I feel like I'm pretty good on time. Fine to consider this done for now. There is not much left of Alphabet Stream. I have an idea of what I might do afterward, at least for a little while, but we'll see. Anyway, for now, farewell.